like this. I like this.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Councilman's Corner. My name's Joe Green and I'm your host, council member right here in the city of Vista. Now you probably noticed we did take a little break and that is my fault. I was actually celebrating 25 years of marriage to my gorgeous wife, Jennifer Green. She planned an amazing trip. We went out to Greece for 17 days and I've been digging myself out of the holes that you do after being on vacation for that long ever since. But I'll tell you, Greece is one of the most beautiful places on earth, right next to the amazing city of Vista. No matter where I travel across the world, Vista is where my home is, Vista is where my heart is, and Vista is one of the most beautiful places on the planet. Call it the climatic wonderland of the world because we have so many days at 78 degrees. Now with that, I just kind of want to get into what's going on in the city of Vista. You know what council members do, you know what this show is about, so I'm just going to kind of recap what happened at last week's council meeting and what's going to be happening at this upcoming council meeting next week on the second Tuesday, or actually it's the first Tuesday rather, of June here in Vista. So our last council meeting was held on May 23rd. I'm gonna do a quick flyby on that. We did declare LGBTQ month in Vista. You'll notice the progressive flag is waving over the city of Vista. And regardless of your opinions on that politically, know that as elected leaders, we wave that flag in the city of Vista so that people know that they're safe. This flag represents a lot of different communities, cultures, and underserved populations that need to be represented within the city. So in Vista, we voted 5-0 to wave the flag in Vista to make sure that, as you know, when you drive into Vista, regardless of who you are, what you believe, that progressive flag is here for you. Now, we also went ahead and adopted different things for our parks and recs. We had a needs and assessment comprehensive action plan that we talked about. We're going to figure out what exactly is needed in our parks before we go and redevelop and redesign our parks. This was basically just the consent calendar. One of the things that's going to affect the community here is we did have to review our parks and recreation fees. So as the economy shifts, we have to kind of raise those fees. But know that in the city of Vista, we have extremely affordable rates on all of our venues for our residents. And if you're a nonprofit group here in Vista, like a baseball team or a church or a Kiwanis Club or a PTA, we have amazing deals and hourly rates for venues here in Vista that you can rent for parties and events or meetings, whatever you may possibly need them for. We were updated on really what's going on financially in Vista. And it looks like from a budgetary standpoint, we're doing extremely well. Revenues were up, tax revenues were up, sales tax revenues were up. And it's looking like as we get towards the end of the year, we're going to have some additional funds that we call surplus funds as a council. We're going to be able to allocate towards some special projects. So be on the lookout for what we're doing here in the council towards the end of the year with our surplus funding and special projects. Now, if you've been driving around Vista and driven down Civic Center Drive, you've seen the play structure that has developed right there at the Paula Vista Park. We're getting close to opening that park for the community, so keep your eye on that. As you're driving to the council meeting Tuesday, see everything we've done. Now, our next council meeting is going to be June 13th at 5:30 in the city of Vista. And it actually looks like a fairly light meeting, although we do have several public hearing items. It looks like we have 6 public hearing items and 2 discussion items. I'm happy to tell you the majority of the public hearing items are all financial. Since we're getting towards the end of the fiscal year, which the fiscal year runs from July 1st to June 30th, we have to close out all of our books. So we have public hearings to collect delinquent weed abatement charges, to collect delinquent sewer charges. We levy assessments for the upcoming fiscal year on the properties and the businesses. We also levy delinquent fiscal year property-related administrative citation charges. let me get you one more thing that we do here financially on number 6 here. We levy any delinquent fiscal year trash charges. So as you see, 5 of those public hearing items are simply financial. Now, the one that I think is super interesting is this food truck item that we have. And if you've thought, man, I've traveled across the world and I've seen some really cool food truck courts and food trucks around town, but I don't see any around Vista. And why is that? Well, know that in Vista, we have a municipal code that has a very, or I don't want to say very, but a semi-strict guideline against food trucks. So public hearing number 1 at this meeting on June 13th is amending the Vista Municipal Code, Chapter 8.24, relating to food vending vehicles. So if you're interested in having awesome food trucks, maybe you've had those lobster sandwiches, maybe you've been out to Hawaii and had the shaved ice trucks or whatever it is that you like, know that in Vista, we're trying to lower those stipulations and guidelines to a point where we can involve our community food vendors a little better. Having breweries and different restaurants and different entertainment venues really facilitates a need for food in our area. You'll notice today I brought my favorite hydro flask. I'm saving chubby unicorns. I love Vista. Hang out at Happy Camp, California. Also Adventure Whitewater. Just some of my favorite stickers. I didn't want to go with the actual regular water bottle that I always do. So from a public hearing standpoint, super financial and also talking about food trucks. Now, there are 2 discussion items on our agenda coming up, which will be talking about the capital project budget, the mid-cycle update. And what the capital project budget is what is being fixed in the city of Vista? Where are funds being allocated? What roads are being fixed? What lights are being installed? What speed humps are being installed around your neighborhood? So if you want to know where we're at with capital improvement projects, it's a great time to show up to a city council meeting and get an update on that. The last thing that we're going to be discussing is discretionary funding for city council members. Now, any city council member can put any item on the agenda, and this upcoming meeting, it looks like Councilmember Melendez has requested the city manager place a discussion item on the upcoming agenda to discuss city discretionary funds for council members. Currently, we are authorized at an expense reporting policy. We're eligible for about $2,500 per fiscal year to attend meetings, trainings, conferences, community events, and basically choose at our discretion. We can also purchase city logo with our apparel on it. So $2,500 per year is what we get for that discretionary funding. Councilmember Melendez wanted to bring it forward. I'm not sure if she wants to increase that or decrease that. I haven't hit my discretionary funding the 7 years I've been elected, but I'm excited to see what it is maybe she'd like to discuss. So if you have an opinion on that, show up. One last thing to add. As you know, as an elected official, we're appointed to sit on different governing boards. I have the privilege to sit on the Encina Wastewater Authority. And there is an item on our calendar that I want to make sure that the city of Vista is aware of. Item number C10, which is a consent item. On April 26, 2023, the Encina Wastewater Authority Board adopted its operating and capital budget for the fiscal year 2023-2024. After this adoption by the board, the member agencies must each individually adopt the Encina budget, thereby giving approval. The city and the Buenos Sanitation District are members of the Encina Waste Authority. So the city of Vista and the Buenos Sanitation District, we actually own the majority of the Encina Waste Authority. The overall Encina operating budget totals $23,501,441. This is a 20% increase when compared to the prior year. The city of Vista's share of the operating budget is $6.3 million, and Buenos Sanitation's district share is $2.4 million. Now, this represents an increase of 22.6% and an 18.7% respectively increase. The capital budget for the fiscal year totals $25,834. The city of Vista's share of the capital budget is $6,727,000, and the Buenos Sanitation's share is $1.8 million. Now, the reason why I wanted to share this with you is this is our actual sewer system. every time we put water down the sewer, it's got to go somewhere. It's got to get treated. And this is where it gets treated. Our sewer flows into Carlsbad to the Encino Wastewater Authority so that we can dump water at certain tertiary levels back into the ocean for it to be reused in other ways. So know that in the future, Vista, your sewer bills may be increasing. It's not going to be a huge increase, as we've definitely budgeted for the increases with the cost of living. But knowing that we've had an 18% increase in 1 year on our sewer budget is something we want to keep an eye on. So, as your representative at the Encino Wastewater Authority, I sit there with Mayor Franklin. I assure you that I'll continue to keep an eye on this and keep you updated. Like I say, Councilman's Corner is really to just update you on what's going on in the city of Vista at our city council meetings. I'd also like to hear from you. If there's anything you'd like me to discuss at a city council meeting, or you have any questions on anything that's on one of these agendas, please reach out. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel at joegreen760. You can email me, joegreen@thecityofvista.com, and you can also hit me up on any of my social media. We got a real special episode coming up for you here. I want to say we'll probably put it out next week with Congressman Mike Levin. Now, Congressman Levin represents this district here, Vista, and several surrounding cities, and he's going to give us an update on what's happening at the federal level. So I want to make sure that you keep watching, you keep tuned in, and you make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you know when our videos come out. I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully you got some good info on what's going on in Vista, and I look forward to our next episode of Councilman's Corner. My name's Joe Green. I'm excited that you tuned in. I'm excited to see you next time. Have a great day, fam. Vista, I love Vista. We're out. All right, Vista. Well, as you saw, that episode was a little shorter. Don't really have anything too controversial on the agenda this week. But what we do want to do is make sure that we continue to give away amazing items here at Councilman's Corner. So we got that hat for Dr. Ron. We got it out to him in Vista. Hope you're repping that and loving that, Dr. Ron Cottrell. Make sure that if you're liking our videos, you're commenting on them, because the more activity we get on them, the more we want to give away. Now, at this week's video, I want to make sure that if there's a gentleman by the name of Jason Bethurum watching, Jason Bethurum, congratulations, sir. You have won a custom Joe Green hat and also 2 tickets to the Moonlight Theater here in the city of Vista. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Moonlight Theater produces Broadway quality plays, and the next play coming out, actually premiering tonight, I want to say, is The Wedding Singer. I'm going to be going to check The Wedding Singer out this Friday, June 9th, and I would love for everybody to get down to Vista and check out the Moonlight. Continue to like everything that we're doing, subscribe to our YouTube page, and try to get entered into these amazing giveaways. We really appreciate you watching, appreciate you subscribing, tell your friends about it, and come to Vista and check us out. Oh, muchísimo, muchísimo.